Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 17 of Civilization 6 as the Inca. We discovered in the last video, got a bit of an issue with spies not working properly. Maybe something to do with the UI mod that I'm using, or possibly something to do with the recent update, or just possibly an incompatibility between the two. So I'm not using spies for the rest of this game. I'll have to do some testing sort of off video and work out what's causing the issue. I really don't want to disable this mod. I hope if it is a problem with the mod that it just gets updated and fixed, because quite frankly, this mod just makes things so much easier. It is nice that Firaxis have actually put some of the quality of life improvements directly into the game now, like the build queue and things like that, but in all seriousness, the trade screen itself is worth having this mod for, because it makes life so much easier. And again, we've got some weird thing going on here, so yeah, this definitely looks like it's an issue with the UI mod at this point. Yeah, select an outcome for this resolution. I can't even see what's going on here right now. I have absolutely no clue what the problem is here. So I see there's definitely an issue. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just turn off the mod. It's the only thing I can really do at this point. Okay, so welcome back. I have saved the game, disabled the mod and reloaded, and there we are now. Everything is working as it should be. So definitely some sort of compatibility issue between the mod and the update. I hope that gets fixed. So sovereignty, select an outcome for this resolution. 100% of the city-state's yield type when sending trade routes. Plus 100% of the city-state's yield type when sending trade routes to a city-state of this type. Sure, I mean, we've got quite a few industrial ones, so let's do that. Or scientific ones would work as well. Public relations. The chosen player generates 100% more grievances, and other players generate 100% more grievances towards this player. Let's go ahead and pick that for somebody like Spain. I'll put a couple of votes into that as well. Diplomatic victory. Chosen player gains 2 diplomatic victory points. Well, obviously that's going to be me. We can spend a fair few there. World's Fair, sure, let's vote for that. I mean, who's going to vote against it? Let's submit and see what happens.
Museums are on the front lines of the fight for culture, of good with evil. In any case, of the fight against platitudes and primitiveness.
Okay, so there's the Hermitage done. So let's have a look. Cultural city-states, not great for me, but I saved the points. That actually passed against Philip. Excellent. I think everybody voted for it. A lot of them chose Philip as the target. Chosen player receives 2 diplomatic victory points. That is me. Fantastic. Did other people vote for me as well? No, everyone voted for themselves. That makes sense. You wouldn't expect anyone to vote for anyone other than themselves. And World Fair pass. Good, we've got a couple of diplomatic victory points now. Completing World's Fair would be useful as well, because that would give us an extra diplomatic victory point. Governor is now established over there. Could go ahead and grab... Oh, there are CADS builders. I always get these city-states confused now because they're like black on red. Or, sorry, red on black. Because barbarians are black on red. I used to have the same problem with, oh, I can't remember. Was it Poland's colour? Poland were red on black in Civ 5 and black on red. Or maybe it's in this they're black on red. I don't know. I know there's a few different, like, ones that I get confused with the colours on. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. We have a couple of Diplo victory points. That is fine. What do we want to get here? I mean, we could get an archaeological museum, but we probably just want to start working on the... Actually, how do we get World's Fair? Oh, generating great people points per turn. No, that's fine then, so we don't need to do anything specific. We might even pull this off anyway. In that case then, you go ahead and work on the archaeological museum. Angatom, you can get... you're alright on power. Go ahead and get a research lab. These research labs are going to put us into a position where we need to start getting additional power plants anyway. Is there anything else here that we need to upgrade? There's mines on all of the desert hills. Definitely go ahead and get another farm, but I really don't think that it's needed. What about in any of the other cities? Everything's looking pretty good, to be honest. Most of these cities are doing relatively well. Let's get you all the way over there and go ahead and hook that deer up. It's not urgent and it's not important, but you might as well do it. So I need to build spies now as well, because I can actually use spies now that I've disabled the mod that was causing the issue. It's the only mod that I use. I generally don't play modded Civ 6. I generally don't play modded games at all, but I don't mind
human.
mods that are, you know, quality of life, user interface mods. I'm usually fine with those. Telecommunications, give us nuclear subs. Again, we don't really need them. Violent storm's not in my lands. That is fine. We've got an underpowered city. So are we working on a power plant for you? Not at the moment, because you don't have a factory, but you're working on one. So you notice these buttons have changed at the top slightly. So there is still a production queue. And this is the production queue from that's just vanilla now. This is literally built in. So I used to think that this was this whole thing got added after I started using the Concise UI mod, or around about the time I started using it. So I incorrectly thought that a lot of this was part of the Concise UI mod. It isn't, although it does make some changes to how these buttons are positioned. The biggest difference with the Concise UI mod, more than anything really, is the unit list is no longer available. But when you are trading with somebody, it's a real pain in the hoop, because you don't have these nice little buttons where you can just add and subtract money and diplomatic favour and stuff like that. So that is actually quite annoying. While we're here, actually, do I have anything that I could sell to you? And again, not having these highlighted in red or green so I can see if they have something that I don't have, or if I have something that they would buy. That's a bit of a pain. Also, the trade routes. There's some options missing on trade routes. Lots of things that are really going to annoy me. Little quality of life improvements from that mod that I've relied on for such time, and I'm going to miss them. And I think this is one of the reasons why I generally don't rely on mods, because a lot of the time, especially when it's a game like this and it's still in active development, it's not so bad if it's an old game that's pretty much been abandoned, but when it's a game like this that's still in active development, every time there's an update, there's a potential that it will break these mods. And when the mods get broken, if you've been relying on those mods and then all of a sudden you can't use that mod anymore, it can actually kind of spoil the game for you. So everyone wants to buy our aluminium from us. It's not going to happen. We're going to keep a hold of that. Alliance level has increased with Amsterdam. That is awesome. Storm Rage is on. Need more housing down here. What are we working on? Yeah, we do need more housing. Let's go ahead and queue up a neighbourhood. Anywhere we put this neighbourhood... Actually, we can get a +5 if we go in there. I mean, we might as well, right? It's only a desert tile, so... Okay, that's fine. We'll live with that. Claim a great person. Again, this screen's changed now. I preferred the one... I don't know, actually. This is a little bit more easier to read than the one in Concise UI mod. So we've got a great writer. That's fine. Go ahead and grab him. What do we want down here? Amenities good. Housing's good. Power's good for now. Not really any point getting a spaceport. Let's go ahead and get a trader, because we are one short, and we'll get some spies back as well, because we definitely need some spies. You're doing pretty good. You don't need power. You don't have a campus. I don't think you're even going to need walls, to be honest. Although a campus probably isn't a bad idea. Can we get one anywhere that gives us some decent points? Yeah, we'd have to replace a tile that is good. Although we could get a +4 over here if I'm willing to give that up, and I think I am. That also puts the campus next to the harbour, which improves the harbour as well. Have we actually finished work on that shipyard yet? No, the seaport, sorry. Because that'll be a really good city when that is built. Right, Poe, let's go ahead and pop you for a great work. So now we have 2 great works in there. Haven't looked at world rankings for a while. So we're leading in science. We've got 49 techs. Next is the Netherlands at 45 and America. So we're at least 4 techs ahead. We're gaining more science per turn than any of them. I mean, we're gaining double the tech that Wilhelmina is. Cultural victory, we're in second place. America is leading with 95 tourism per turn. We've got 170 tourism per turn. We've also got double their culture. So we've got double their culture and double their tourism. So we should get ahead there as well. Domination victory, we are leading. Religious victory, we are in 7th place because we never focus on that. And Diplo, we're leading as well with 5 out of 20 Diplo points. Okay, that's fine. We can make this work. You see, you won't actually... Oh, I hate this now. You won't actually offer me a good deal. And this is the problem. Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to take that. I really, really do hope that they fix that mod. So we're actually losing coal now. We've got to keep our eye on that. Accumulating 7 per turn, consuming 7 power, 7 per turn. I mean, I guess that's okay. Can't do anything more with you there. Let's use you. So we're going to get some great works together there. So, Poe, where can we move you to? Let's get you down into there. I'm just going to run him down. I'm not overly bothered. Alliance expired, which is the one with the Cree. Let's go ahead and get that back. We'll declare friendship. Yeah, they're happy to keep that going. And alliances. Not too sure what we had before. Oh, it was the military alliance. That's right. It's because he's on 2 continents. So we definitely want to stay in a military alliance with him. And it's a level 2 alliance as well. Does that actually tell me what the alliance gives me? Oh, it's here, isn't it? A view current alliance. So 5 combat strength against units of players that are at war with you and your allies. Shared visibility, production towards military units when your ally is at war. So, I mean, we could just get a research alliance, but we don't need it. I mean, we're well ahead. We're playing on such a low difficulty level. I should have gone higher. Housing's going to be a problem here soon. Let's go ahead and grab a sewer because it's only 2 turns out. Not too sure what India is doing down here. This is a little bit of a troll city. There aren't any valid locations here for them to start a city. They could start one down here, but that's not really an issue to me. But yeah, there's definitely no valid locations here. This doesn't look like it's going to pop yet, but we can sort that out. Being denounced by Nubia, which is fine. Not in the slightest bit bothered by that. So as soon as we can get another governor title, we'll pop an upgrade there. So that's our first neighbourhood district. And what do we want here? Again, we don't really need to go for things like stock exchanges. We're making so much money, it's ridiculous. We could get a spaceport here. I mean, our production isn't terrible. We could get something like Big Ben, but that's more gold. Nothing really here to give us culture. Hydroelectric dam. I mean, we could do that, actually. Because then do we have a power plant here? We can get it because hydroelectric dam is nice and clean and provides 6 power. So we just get the hydroelectric dam. Now the good thing is we've already got a dam here, so all it basically does is it upgrades the existing dam into a hydroelectric dam, which is really, really nice. If we go ahead and look at the world climate now, can't actually see much at the moment. So you'll see the CO2 levels are starting to go up by myself and by the Netherlands. So we're the only two... we are the only 2 civilizations producing CO2. Most of it's coming from coal, a little bit is coming from oil. That's just our contribution. This is globally. So it looks like there's probably a few coal power plants going on. And it hasn't made any difference to climate change yet, but it will do. As CO2 levels start to rise, the climate will start to change. Global temperature is going to start increasing. Flooding chance is going to go up and things like that. What about over here? Let's go ahead and get a factory. Get as much production as we can. Send an envoy. This looks like this is changed as well, because this used to be on a separate screen with the mod, so that's a little bit of a pain. Let's just go for the production and where we can, and on to the next turn. Yeah, we're running even on coal at the moment, so yeah, breaking absolutely even. That trader should be done soon as well. How are we doing with Cristo de Redentor? We are... Where is my capital? Lost it. 2 turns from Cristo de Redentor. We have another great person. This time it's actually a great general, which we don't really need, but we'll grab one anyway. We've got great generals all over the place right now. We don't need a power plant here. Spaceport is probably a little bit useless as well. We're good on pretty much everything. Let's just go ahead and get the walls. It does give us an extra 2 science, so it's worth doing. You can get a factory because you've got power problems, so you will need a factory in order to do that. So we've got this spare general now. Let's just go ahead and transfer you up here. Just spread them around a little bit.
While I nodded.
So we'll keep getting some great works. We'll try and put them all together where we can for bonuses. And we have a new trader. So yeah, you can't sort of sort these routes anymore. That was a really nice thing about the mod, is you could just say, right, what gives me the most gold? And it would tell you. It's probably going to be to Amsterdam, to be fair. And that's looking like it is 24 gold. So go ahead and begin that route. It really is strange. I mean, Phyrexis do such a good job with these games, yet sometimes you look at certain things on the UI and think, that really is quite complicated. And I know sometimes with certain games, it's difficult to make a UI that works well, but then the modders come along and the modders do something that's so simple and so elegant, and you think, why didn't you think of that? So we have 5 damaged tiles from a drought. That's down here, which is unfortunate. Completed the first civic from a new era.
The single biggest problem
so that's telecommunications
people without the knowledge.
I don't think we need to really change anything here. Although, we're not really making builders, so let's get heritage tourism and get to extra culture here. So what we could do here is probably get a dam. Getting a dam would stop this because you don't lose tiles in a drought. So that's probably the next thing that you're going to do. Can you get a dam? You should be able to. No suitable locations, no valid tiles to get a dam on, unfortunately. I think you can do it if you remove existing... Oh no, there's one here. There's already a dam on this river. Weird. Okay, fine. Whatevs. Let's go and get military science because it's only 2 turns. Get it out of the way. Ideology because there's nothing else that we can do. Great scientist, Alan Turing. Triggers the eureka moment for computers and 1 random tech from the modern era. I think we've already got computers, to be honest. But we'll do it anyway. Let's get Mexico City up maxed. Not sure we can steal suzerain status for anything else. We probably could actually on this one. There's only 5 people, so there's not a lot of competition for that. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these myriad of pop-ups and notifications. Panama Canal is done, that's fine. We're 1 turn away from Cristo de Redentor, so that should be ours on the next turn. You're going to go ahead and get the deer. Great General is going to sleep. And then we're probably actually going to bring you back because I think you're needed to repair these tiles. We have another trade route. Again, is that going to be Amsterdam? Yep, looks like it. So we'll repeat that route. And we've got our great scientist. So let's go and pop you. So we got steel. Yeah, we already had the boost for computers. So that one was a bit wasted, but that's fine. In fact, have we actually already researched computers?
Met elke zending die u ons stuurt.
Might have already researched computers. I cannot remember right now. Yeah, we must have done actually. Chemistry, radio, electricity, rocketry.
Thus, the
There's
sculpture
Cristo de
serves
Redentor
to
done.
give people one thought. No one starts a war.
Yeah, did we already do computers? Search. Computers. Yeah, already done. Yeah, we did that recently, so that's fine then. Rifling, because it's boosted and it's only going to take 2 turns. So that's Cusco, so definitely we need spaceport now. Now, wherever we put this, we're going to be getting rid of a nice tile. So, well, this tile's got 8 yields. So I really don't want to get rid of that. So our choice here basically is get rid of 4 food and 2 production, 4 food and 2 production, 2 food and 4 production. The best one to get it is going to be here, getting rid of 5 food. This is a 5 yield tile, and all of the others are 6. And we're getting rid of food and not production. It's going to really slow down our growth, but I mean, it's a 26 population city. I don't think it needs to grow too much more. Get a factory here. And you can get a hydroelectric dam as well. Might as well get hydroelectric dams just like wherever you can. Looks like we're losing a little bit of coal as well. Embassy from the US. If we do get hydroelectric dams up and running, we can get rid of coal power plants. It'll be less pollution and it means that we will save coal. Great engineer. This city provides +1 appeal to any tiles that it owns. I'm going to pass on that. It's not all that useful. 2 alliances have expired. Wilhelmina, let's go ahead and declare friendship if she will. Yes, she is. And that should be a research alliance with you, because you're in 2nd place behind me, so you've got the most research. And then we've got India, which will probably be a cultural alliance, so declare friendship. And yes, he's happy with that. And we will go for a cultural alliance. Excellent. How are things going with our culture at the moment? So, yeah, our tourism is above that of Teddy right now. 235. I never remember how this works out. So our tourism is 210. And that doesn't let us beat... Well, we can beat Philip. We can beat all of these. So the only person that we need more... The only person who has more culture than we have tourism is Teddy. So we need to beat America. We can actually win a cultural victory here. It is possible. So we've got power issues here. We can get a hydroelectric dam. So, you know, let's use them where possible. Save ourselves some coal. We might have been buying coal from somebody else. That might be why we've got a sudden deficit. If we were receiving coal from elsewhere and we no longer are. This guy's just not a threat. This city is actually going to flip in 19 turns.
Never criticise a rifleman until you've walked a mile.
Rifling done. It might be worth moving these bombards up and starting to get into position to take this. You can actually have an upgrade. You're in my territory, aren't you? There we go. So we're going to try. We'll try and grab that because it is going to become a free city. Probably get another bombard up there if we can. We've got a few turns, so it's not too much of a problem. Let's get artillery would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, let's get refining so we can see where we can get oil. We can actually get the hydroelectric dam here instead of the coal power plant. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's try and be green where we can. You can get offshore wind farms as well. So they will help you out.
Slowly, ideas.
So there's ideology done. So now we can pick up open borders with all city-states and +4 influence points per turn towards earning envoys. Or we can take Raj, +2 science, culture, faith and gold from each city-state we're the suzerain of, which is probably a better one to get. Especially if we'd like to entertain the idea of getting a cultural victory. Let's go ahead and work on professional sports, and potentially we can go get the Estado de Macarena. Notice my puppy having a wander around. Oh, apparently she wanted to go out, and she's left me a little present on the carpet. Thank you very much. So, what do we want to do here? Can we get a hydroelectric dam? We can't because we don't have a dam, but we don't specifically need the power here. So, let us go and... Well, what do we want to do? We need to get some more spies, don't we? Let's go ahead and start working on a spy or two. Angawat has done whatever that was doing. Let's get that research lab. And that is the other bombard that was moving up. Yeah, we want to get these bombards in as close as possible. Shouldn't have too many problems when this place flips over. We'll just get you guys to fortify up and wait for the inevitable to happen. That's the end of the turn, so I'm going to end the video there as I need to take Puppy out to, well, I think she's already finished relieving herself, but I'll take her outside anyway. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying this series of Civilization, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.